Pope Francis says it's time to act to save the planet from environmental destruction. In his encyclical, the first papal document dedicated to the environment, the Pope calls for decisive action here and now to stop environmental degradation and global warming.
Pope Francis has taken his stand on global warming and climate change in general, leading us right back to the fact we here in America love our cars. And we, like so many other people around the world, have no intention of going cold turkey on fossil fuels. Be honest, but let's not be foolish. Fuels won't last forever, the fossil kind, and we will need alternative fuels eventually to power those beloved autos. So maybe we need to readjust our thinking and get used to trading horsepower for humming power. Whew, too tough for me. Pedal to the metal with a car coach. Catch her 24/7 at laurenfix.com. Lauren Fix, of course, somebody else who loves that good deep throttle of good heavy horsepower. But okay, Lauren, let's look at it this way. The Pope wants to save the planet. Get it? Okay, a lot of people do as well. But let's talk alternative fuels, though. If we move away from fossil fuels, what's going to be the real obvious choice? How close are we to getting there?
We're far from getting there. If you're looking at the total sales, President Obama wanted 1 million cars on the road by 2015. Well, we're here, and we're less than 200,000. And by the time we reach 200,000 cars, that $7,500 tax incentive that everybody loves to use will disappear. So you got to keep that in mind. The more cars they sell, and the grid can't support all these plug-in cars either. So I honestly believe that diesel is a great solution. You know I love diesel, but I also like compressed natural gas, known as CNG or NG even, which is natural gas, as an alternative. So I think there's going to be a multitude of answers. But I'd love to see the Pope move that gigantic Pope-mobile on electric power. That will not happen.
And be able to make sure that he has liquid natural gas to be on the Pope plane, which would also help as well.
That would be very interesting.
Your point's well taken. Look, Nevada's trying to open up an electric highway right now. You have everybody talking electric. So let me ask you, your opinion, for us to come off fossil fuels, let's say more than half of American cars, more than half, off fossil fuels and onto things like electric, liquid natural gas, whatever you want to call it. What are we looking at, 30 years, 50 years, 100?
It may never happen. Here's the problem. If you need to haul anything, and you're talking about all the tractor trailers on the road, they must have diesel. Diesel has torque. You need that in order to move heavy loads. I know people say, well, we'll go to the trains. Okay, again, we're back to coal, and they don't want to mine coal, and they don't, you got this horse, cart, chicken, egg kind of problem. They don't want nuclear power. We don't want to be mining coal. And, they want ethanol, which has got 1/3 less energy per gallon of gasoline. So all these type of options are just not working. One of the things we could do is not sell all of our diesel fuel to Europe and actually use some of it here, because you get better performance, better horsepower. It's a great solution. Use natural gas, great solution. I cannot ever see, I know that they've been said by millions of people, but the fact is people that own electric cars don't typically go back and buy them again. There will always be people that will love them. And you can have your Tesla, fine, whatever, but the fact is, or whatever you want to buy that's electric, it's just, not everybody wants it. No one wants to be tethered to a cord.
Well, let me get to something else that you just mentioned here, because I want to make real quick now. You mentioned the word torque, which is very important because that's actually the pulling power, the pushing power, whatever it is. That's the engine working. Are we at a point where we just can't get the torque out of electric or liquid natural gas? It's impossible?
Well, liquid natural gas actually is a possibility. Electric just can't do it. There's no EV. EV is great for getting the vehicle going, but you don't plan on towing anything at all. It doesn't have that ability. It doesn't have the power. Right, doesn't have the power. And then you go to the other side of this, the grid can't support it, number one. Number two, what are we going to do with all these batteries? We're so short-sighted. We have all these electric cars. Let's say the grid, half of the people decide the grid can support it, half the people say, well, we're going to go with electric plug-ins. We definitely, we're 100% in. Great, now you've got a ton of batteries out there. What are you going to do with them? Some of them are being used wisely. General Motors and Nissan are using the old batteries for buildings, for storing energy. Great. That doesn't last forever. Now, at some point, they have no life left to them. You can't send them to the moon. You don't want to put them in the water. You don't want to put them in the ground, and there's no solution. So
wait a minute. I got a chance.
A couple $1 million. I
think we send them to the moon. I think that's a good idea right there. There we go. Yeah. We got a place to put them. Hey, listen, I only got 30, 40 seconds left. The 2016 Dodge Challenger Hellcat, our car of the week here. Tell me, good car, no car, what is it? Because you know I love my Dodges.
Awesome. I tell you what, I like the Charger over the Challenger. It's a four-door vehicle. You can drive it daily. You got the red race key. You got the black regular key. I actually did a review on it. It's on my website. Love the Challenger as well, but I think the Charger makes more sense. Four doors. Take your friends for a ride during the day, regular time. You want to have fun? Take it to the track. Blast. Wonderful car. They did a great job, and they can't build them fast enough. So it tells you they got a winner there.
707 horsepower and a price starting under $60,000 and also 8 gallons to the mile. There you go. It is exactly what Americans want. I know. You and I are on the same page on this. Give us the torque. Give me the horsepower, baby. Don't forget, everybody, go to laurenfix.com. You heard that she's got the review of the car up there. She's got so much more. Check it out 24/7. She'll keep you up to speed. We'll talk to her here. Lauren, always a pleasure, my friend. Put it in gear. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Take care. Take care. Coming up next, let's stick it to the stiffs in Washington. One day early for your enjoyment. The political punching bag is next.